Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our YouTube channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is actually going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine. Kisumu is also fantastic. And maybe you could also let me know where you are watching the video from. The county or the country in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, William Samoei Arap Ruto today embarked on a 5-day tour of the coastal region. The question is, what is the objective of that particular visit? Because it's not ordinary for a president to take 5 days in a region. A president who is supposed to be in an office doing some work, then maybe 1 or 2 days another region. But now we have a president who is going to be in the coastal region for 5 good days. What are the objectives? William Ruto is expected to tour Lamu, Kilifi, Mombasa, Kwale, and Tana River. Just the other day, you saw William Ruto was in Taita Taveta. What is his real mission? According to their program, by the way, before we go to the program, what he's supposed to do there, William Ruto arrived in coastal region today. He was received by Tana River Governor Godana Dado, Lamu Governor Isa Timami, and Mombasa Governor Abdul Swamad Nasir. In fact, the presence of the 2 ODM governors there is something which should be of concern to Raila Odinga. But let's not get into that. Probably we'll do another analysis about that. According to the program which they've issued, number 1, President William Ruto to begin a 5-day working tour of Coast Region on 27th July 2023, covering Lamu, Kilifi, Mombasa, Kwale, and Tana River counties. Of course, that's already there. Number 2, focus on inaugurating, commissioning, and inspecting government projects that benefit ordinary Kenyans, aligning with the bottom-up economic agenda. That's what they're saying there. It's supposed to inaugurate, commission project, inspect government project. Most of these projects, you can be rest assured, 80% are Uhuru Kenyatta's project, which are either complete or almost getting complete. It's number 3, emphasis on the projects in the blue economy and fisheries sector in Mukowe, Ngao, Ukunda, Mombasa with grants worth Kenya shillings 552 million. Number 3, commissioning of fish landing site in Kilifi County to boost the blue economy and fisheries value chain. Number 5, issuance of identification documents to Pemba community and title deeds in Kilifi. Okay. 6, rededication ceremony of Kenya Navy ship Shupavu, the first warship refitted locally, affirming Kenyan Shipyards Limited vision in the shipbuilding industry in Mombasa. Remember, this again is Uhuru Kenyatta's project, and they are saying here it's rededication, which means Uhuru Kenyatta had already dedicated the project. It's similar to the MV Uhuru in Kisumu, the one which they also built, the Kenya shipyard. Number 7 is the launch of local vehicle assembly line. And number 8, meeting with port users and other port stakeholders. That is what is on paper. But in this video, I want to reveal to you guys William Ruto's objective, the real intention of visiting coastal region for 5 good days. Before we do that, in case you are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or 2, click the subscribe button there so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. And without any further ado, and by the way, before we proceed, I want to thank the following people for the coffee which they sent me. I'm so grateful. You can also do the same using the numbers on your screen. A cup of coffee only goes for 200 bob, but you can do more. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what are some of the objectives of William Ruto's 5-day visit to the coastal region? Number 1, the intelligence report, which were laid before William Ruto and Kenya Kwanza government, was that Kenya Kwanza was losing the grip and the ground in the entire Republic of Kenya. And that explains why William Ruto embarked on a series of political activities in the mountain. Then he went to the Western Kenya, Kakamega, he went to Vihiga, and he went to Kisii. Then that also explains his 5-day tour of the coastal region. The truth of the matter is that those who voted for William Ruto especially in those regions, were getting tired with him. So William Ruto needed to go out to reassure his supporters that everything is okay, everything is well. In fact, the cost of living and the finance bill was enough arsenal to bring William Ruto's government down. But Raila Odinga and Azimio brigades failed the test of time. So William Ruto, using intelligence report, is trying to make steps backward to correct the mistakes. That's why he's looking for projects to launch. The other day you saw him in Vihiga launching a project which was already launched. And Kenyans were wondering, why would a president use the chopper, ministers, all those resources to go and launch a project which is already complete? The same he did to Kisii. And again, I'm already seeing in Mombasa the rededication of that Kenyan Navy ship, Shupavu, is also just almost a similar thing. But the truth is, William Ruto needed to go out to the people. He needed to be seen to be doing something. And that is the main objective of his visit to the coastal region. Number two, why William Ruto is in the coastal region is because of port politics. You know, William Ruto, despite the fact that Raila Odinga defeated him at the coast, gained a lot of ground in the coastal region. Why? Because of port politics. William Ruto convinced the people of the coastal region that Uhuru Kenyatta transferred the port of Mombasa from Mombasa to Naivasha. He took over. Then he realized that port business is a very big business. For those who follow the politics of this country very closely, there is a day William Ruto was reported to have gone to Dubai using military chopper, if you remember. Then he came back incognito. Now, when William Ruto went to Dubai, he went for a meeting to negotiate the deal, port deal, with DP World. I want you to listen to William Ruto today in Mombasa addressing this issue. And I can predict, and let us bet, the people who will run that port are called DP World. Just go to dpworld.com. That day, William Ruto was in Dubai. He was with Kipchumba Murkomen, 2 people, maybe plus his security and the rest, but there were only 2. When William Ruto came back into the country, the next day, Captain William Ruto was appointed as the MD of the port of Mombasa. So this deal, we are having Captain William Ruto at the port of Mombasa, MD, Kipchumba Murkomen, the Minister for Transport, and William Ruto, the President. So it's going to be serious. And William Ruto is rallying the support of the leadership from the coastal region so that they don't make noise about this deal. Listening to William Ruto himself.
Na ndio tumeweka sasa mpango maalum ya kuhakikisha kwamba port ya Lamu tunaifanya iwe commercially viable. Wiki ijayo tumemaliza consultations. Wiki ijayo tunatangaza kandarasi ya strategic investor wa Lamu Port ambaye atakuja ndio tuweze kufanya investment ya pale kwa special economic zone, tufanye investment ya the other parts that are there, na vile vile tuifanye hii Lamu Port iwe sasa ndio port kubwa ya pili katika taifa letu la Kenya. Mimi nitawauliza viongozi wote tushirikiane katika harakati hiyo. Mtaona next week tutafanya international tender ya kutafuta strategic partner ambaye atafanya kazi na sisi kuhakikisha ya kwamba we commercialize and we make sure that the port of Lamu operates at full capacity. So tutashirikiana hivyo ndio ajira sipatikane pale, ndio biashara tuongeze Lamu, na tuhakikishe ya kwamba tunatumia port ya Lamu kukuza uchumi wa taifa letu la Kenya, kupanua nafasi za ajira ya vijana wetu, na pia kupigana na mambo ya umaskini katika taifa letu la Kenya.
Number 3, William Ruto is keen on countering Azimio demonstrations. You know, Azimio came up with protests across the country. And the protests were fashioned in a way that it was about cost of living and taxes. Azimio lost the messaging and left it to be about cost of living alone. So William Ruto is going to the coastal region just to counter. You will see him unveiling the Galana irrigation scheme. Because of harvest around the country, the price of unga will go down. So they're going to narrow it to the cost of unga. But the main issue was actually the issue of tax. So William Ruto is trying to counter Azimio protest. Listen in to William Ruto himself.
As a nation, we must, by all means possible, agree on one thing, that whatever it is, whatever the politics, whatever the sides, we must agree that there will be no violence, no destruction of private business, no destruction of public property in the politics, in the equation of the politics of Kenya. That we must agree. Whoever you are, whatever your issues are, wherever you come from, wherever you're going, we must agree as a nation that in our political equation, there will be no violence. There will be no destruction of property. There will be no loss of life. And our security agencies must discharge their mandate firmly, professionally, to make sure that they protect life and property, public and private, business of all the people of Kenya. That we must agree. Na haitawezekana na hakuna mtu ataruhusiwa Kenya ati kupigana na polisi ama kufanya vita na polisi. Wewe wakati unachukua mawe ati unapiga askari wa polisi, kichwa yako ni mzuri? What are you saying? Yani unasema nini? Because when you attack our policemen and security agencies, you are attacking the Republic of Kenya. You are attacking the Constitution and the rule of law. And you are promoting anarchy. And you are promoting destruction in the Republic. And that is a no-go zone. That is not acceptable.
The fourth objective of William Ruto's visit to the coastal region is what I normally call Mount Kenya factor. There's something which happened earlier today. Moses Masika Wetangula, Musalia Mudavadi, and Francis Atwoli met today, and I did a comprehensive analysis about that meeting, and I thought about it, and clearly they want to consolidate Western Kenya. William Ruto has tried consolidating Western Kenya without much success. Then William Ruto is also keen on coastal region. William Ruto believes, and his handlers, that the mountain is restive, and that if the mountain could dump Uhuru Kenyatta, who was one of their own, what will stop them from dumping William Samoei Arap Ruto? That is one of the biggest debates currently ongoing in Kenya Kwanza. So William Ruto is trying to figure out that in case Mount Kenya will drift, then I need to go to the coastal region, I need to go to Western, and I need to go to Nyanza. And also is anticipating that Raila Odinga might not be on the ballot. They might front Kalonzo. So, and if they front Kalonzo, the equation in the mountain will also change. Because if you've been telling the mountain that Raila is a devil, then now you give them Kalonzo, then the equation will change. And that is the biggest worry. So he's trying to penetrate Raila Odinga's stronghold just because of the fear of the restive Mount Kenya. And lastly, William Ruto is trying to wrestle the control of the coastal region from the grip of Raila Amolo Odinga. And that's why in today's visit to Mombasa, to the coastal region, he was accompanied by those three governors. Two of them, ODM. In fact, the Tana River governor has been very critical of William Samoei Arap Ruto because there are certain things they agreed William Ruto was going to do. And according to him, these things were never captured in the budget. He explained it so well. But remember, politics is a perceptual game. The perception that William Ruto is in coastal region accompanied by 2 ODM governors. Tomorrow he might be in Kilifi, then the 2 governors and the governor for Kilifi will be there, so that would be 3. So that's something which is significant politically speaking. I don't know what to think. That's my take. Thank you guys. Until next time, this is Lee.